Potatoes can be a survival food source. I'm going to show you how, in a limited space, you can grow potatoes in a laundry basket like this. It's the Urban Sentinel. Let's get into it. Now I've got 3 laundry baskets with 3 different types of potatoes in them. Technically 4 sweet potatoes, but everyone knows sweet potatoes is not an actual potato. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I'm using a raised hill technique inside the basket for these potatoes. So I had taken the original seed potatoes, put them down into the basket, and I filled with about 4 inches worth of garden soil up to about here. Combine that with leaf material as well, and then as the potatoes started to sprout and stem up, I've been covering them and layering them with compost material using the dried leaves as well as lawn clippings and of course soil to build up and around the actual potato plants. Now, a couple things to take note of: when you're using lawn clippings, you don't want to just cut the grass and then throw it in there, because the grass is going to begin to break down and decompose, but it's actually going to let off a lot of heat in relation to the volume of grass that's in there. And when that's against the exposed roots and the young stems of the potato plant, it basically cooks them and burns them in the process. So what you want to do is let your grass clippings sit out someplace for 2 days, 3 days. Basically, when you start to see them yellow and brown, then you can throw them in. But you also don't want to just layer them in, grass clippings alone. You want to mix that with your dry leaf compost, which of course you want to crumble up and to make into tiny pieces, because the main reason is the dry leaves will retain water, which is beneficial and helps out in extremely hot weather, but it also blocks off a lot of the growth and becomes like a matted layer when the leaves are effectively whole. So you want to make sure you break them up into smaller pieces, otherwise it can basically waterlog your potatoes, which is one of the things that happened in an earlier basket that I have been doing. The leaf layers were getting too thick, and when I would water, everything would be looking fine, but it was actually holding in all that extra moisture, and the potatoes began rotting inside the compost. So now in here, I've got all my fresh compost, and there are some grass clippings mixed in here, and they've been in here for a while. So what I do is I'm going to take several handfuls and put them around the actual potatoes. So when you're looking, you want to actually encircle the stems around with the layers of the soil. I'm going to add more around here. Probably for this container another 2-3 handfuls. Alright, so I did 4 handfuls of the soil going around the stem. Now I'm going to add the dry leaf compost to that. Like I said, you want to actually crumble them up, shred them, so they're in much smaller pieces as best you can. And then what I do is I just take a couple of fistfuls and I'll start dropping them in. And then once I've filled in enough, I can work on tearing up any other larger pieces that may still be in there. Alright, as you can see, it's covering most of the actual potato stems, the plants on the top. I'm just looking for some of the larger pieces, break them up, just to make sure it doesn't form a mat. It is going to rain all day tomorrow, so I'm not going to bother watering. I'm just going to let that go as it is. And you don't want to smother them, but you do want to make sure that they're effectively covered. Now, if the potatoes are going to keep growing and they're going to push up through this leaf material without a problem, as they grow up through the layer of the soil and the compost that's underneath it, they're going to end up putting out more shooters to develop more stems for potatoes to grow. The effect will be, as this comes up and develops, it's going to get higher and it'll eventually fill towards the actual upper end of the entire container up here. So what you'd end up with is starting down at the bottom and then growing, hilling, adding in the compost soil and the dry leaf compost material layer by layer, going through until it gets up to about here. At that point, any of the plant material that grows up from the top is just going to continue to grow up this way, and the potatoes are going to develop all down in here. Now, I had an older video that I was growing potatoes in a basket like this with hay, and I ran into two primary problems, and it wasn't specifically the hay. What I had done was I had lined the basket around effectively the entire area of it with the hay, and then cleared a space in the middle to put the compost and the soil in. What was happening is, as I would water, it would naturally run out the sides of the hay, and that was fine. But at a certain point, the outer areas would look drier than what I thought they actually were, so I'd add more water. What was happening was the soil and compost material on the inside was basically getting soggy and waterlogged because it still wasn't draining fast enough, because one, the leaves that were in there were still too large, and then two, even though the hay was letting a lot of water pass out, it wasn't letting enough of it flood out from there to basically offset the water that I was adding. So I basically drowned the potatoes and they became rotted and soggy and were pretty much mush for the ones that did develop. So this is basically fixing that error that I made by utilizing smaller bits of dried leaves, using the grass, but letting that also begin to decompose first before putting it in, and then separating the layers where it's a thinner layer of leaf material on top of the soil, and I keep repeating the process. So this way it still allows air to circulate and water to basically move out from within it, and it doesn't soak the potatoes. Now this potato plant here, this is white potato, that's actually blue potato, and then this is red potato. This one's doing pretty good. It's actually a little bit bigger. So again, I'm going to add more composting soil. But if you look right here, this leaf discoloration, this area here was actually underneath a section of leaves before. So the rest of this plant was growing up. This was kind of trapped underneath it. And this is the discoloration from coming in contact with the grass clippings and basically sitting down underneath the soil and the compost until I lifted it up. Now, overall, it's not really going to affect the plant that much, but you have to be careful of these things so that way you don't compress them and basically drown them out or suffocate them, because this is how the plant really gets all of its nutrients through the actual leaves. So they'll come up through the loose, dry leaves. They'll have the soil compost around it that will allow their stems to begin sending out these shoots and the feelers into the rest of the material. Now, real quick, the sweet potato, it's having some issues, and I know one of the issues were squirrels that got in here and tore through it, everything. So I'm not really focused as much on this right now. It's still doing okay, but nothing substantial at this moment other than that little bit there and that little bit there. So as an easier way, if you've got a limited amount of space, a small porch, balcony, even just a tiny yard, and you want to try container planting, this can definitely be something that you could look into doing. The baskets themselves were $1 or $2 from the dollar store. It's just a matter of getting the leaf compost, the lawn clippings, and the soil compost together. You can do traditional, just filling it up with soil that way, but this saves you one on the resource of soil. Instead of buying bags and bags and bags, it'll allow you to use other natural elements that are still going to decompose and still add into that natural cycle of nutrition that the potatoes will need in their development. So check out these videos that I've got set up here. You can get some ideas about things you can do in your garden, and also some things you shouldn't do in your garden. And that's all I got for you on this one. I'll catch you in the next one.